Hello and welcome to the next installment of Hot Tech Tips. Today we are going to be exploring a kind of a very tiny little tool in Canvas called the Message Students Who, but something that I find personally very valuable in my own teaching practice. As you can see right now, we are looking at my Gateway course. And this is the time in this semester we are creeping up on midterm when I find that there are students who just might not be following through on all of their assignments, and I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. So one thing that we can do to just kind of get a good read on how engaged students are in our class is if you click on the People tool on your course navigation menu. You've probably looked at this many a time, but I don't know if you've had the chance to really focus in on these two columns, the last activity and the total activity columns. Again, a caveat, all of these tools are only indicators. They are just one data point in helping us figure out kind of what is going on in the minds of our students. So for example, if I'm looking in these columns, I can see when my students last had any activity in Canvas. And activity means that they have interacted with Canvas in some way. However, this total activity can be a bit misleading. So if you can see right here, this top is 30 hours. Now, this student right here is actually a student I do have some concerns about. And you can see it's logging in that they have 30 hours. And this is me right here, 50 hours. So I'm not sure, maybe the student just has Canvas up and open all the time. Another thing you can look at is if you click on the name of the student, it's going to take you into some specific information for just that student. So you can see the grade, you can see what projects are currently missing, what projects are late. And if you clicked on grades, it's going to take you right to the actual individual grade book. But here it'll show the grades and kind of how this student compares to the rest of the class. So let's say I've identified that this student needs to contact and reach out and just kind of see what's up. Because this grade, it's not horrible, but it certainly isn't it isn't the kind of grade I'd like to see. And I'm sure not one that they would like. So if I go out to grades, then if you click on the little kebab next to each of these individual assignments, you have one of these options called Message Students Who. If you click on that, it is going to give you some options. So for that grade, which was a yes, no, okay, but, which is actually a chapter out of the textbook that they needed to submit an assignment for. If you look here, I can find students who haven't submitted yet. Or students that didn't do very well. So I've got some students that are really struggling right now with the skills of summary. So I can identify those assignments that had summary as part of it. And I can say, okay, I want the ones that scored less than, let's say, a 79%. I want to check in with them. So you can just click on that and it will send the message. It will show who all it's going to, 75. So that's 16 students. That's my whole class that I want to send this to. And then here we can type the message. And this is going to go individually to each student. So it isn't the other students won't be able to see who else received this message. But here you could type your message and then simply say send. That's a really nice tool to be able to quickly identify which students are having difficulties and what specific difficulty. But that tool gives you one option of checking in with your students at this time of the semester to make sure that you are giving them all the tools possible to be successful.